She survived not one, not two, but 8 attempts at her life. This was Queen Victoria, the Queen of England, and each attempt gets crazier than the last. The first one was this guy, Edward Oxford. He didn't like the Queen and he never gave a reason why, but he knew if he saw her, it was on sight. And on sight just happened to be at a parade. He had a pew-pew, he got really close to her, discharged it, and he missed. Later, it was found out that it was filled with gunpowder, it had no ammunition, and he was eventually declared insane and sent to Australia. The second guy was this guy, John Francis. You could tell by the look on his face that he's been thinking. He got it on his mind. This guy was motivated because he didn't just make 1 attempt, he made 2. The first time, his firearm didn't discharge and the Queen's security wasn't able to get him. The second time, palace security caught him and he was arrested and sentenced to... But Queen Victoria got involved and had his sentence transported. I'm not sure what that means. I'm pretty sure it means like commuted. The third man was John William Bean. Now, Mr. Bean here had a deformity and he was also mentally ill. And instead of filling his firearm with regular ammunition, he filled it with tobacco. He got really close to the Queen, and when he fired it, when he discharged it, nothing happened. He was sentenced to 18 months of hard labor and released from there. Now, the 5th attempt was William Hamilton, and his reason was cut and dry. He was frustrated with Britain's attempts to help Ireland during the Irish famine. And once again, his firearm was filled with powder and not ammunition. You notice a theme here? I'm not a British historian, but it's giving very much I need a way to legitimize my presence on the throne. Now, this guy got really close. His name was Robert Pate. He was an ex-British Army officer, and he was known all throughout Hyde Park for his lunatic, that's what they said, not me, behavior. He noticed a crowd one day. He noticed it was the Queen. He took his cane. He cracked her across the head with it, and that was the closest attempt at her life that anyone ever got. And apparently, according to some historians, it left a visible scar on her head. I did try to find pictures of it, and I wasn't able to. He was sent to a penal colony in Tasmania, and I wasn't able to find any records of him ever showing up again. So, the 7th one was Arthur O'Connor, and his was the most politically motivated attempt. He wanted Irish prisoners that were in Britain to be free, and he snuck past the palace gates, past security, into the courtyard, and waited for the Queen. Now, of course, he was eventually caught, and he proclaimed that he had never intended to hurt the Queen. He just wanted to nudge her in the right direction. My words, not his. And he even said that the firearm that he had was broken. And the last guy was this guy, Rodney McLean. Like the guy at the beginning and most of the other people throughout this series, never gave a reason, just didn't want the Queen there. The Queen was being serenaded by people, and Rodney just fired a wild shot at her and missed. Like most other people, he was caught and sentenced to the rest of his life in an asylum. The wildest part about all of this is that it said that even when she was cracked across the head, Queen Victoria went back to work 2 hours later. So it doesn't seem like it fazed her at all because she stayed as the Queen for over 60 years. And if you like my content, follow me for more.